was only a couple seconds late, mainly because I just couldn't get the music player to work. What's up, Kat? Hope you're doing well. This is a very special song, so we're gonna turn it up a little bit. Oh, did you like? Oh yeah, because you were like behind last stream, huh? Or not last stream, but the last stream you were here. Welcome back, by the way. I'm trying to find what music to follow this. I would love more things as calm and beautiful as this one. Shout out. This is from the game Katana Zero, by the way. There are some amazing songs in there. Actually, gonna be right back. I'm gonna sharpen a pencil. I think chat did. I think we had quite a good time. They were very kind about my hybrid construction so far, so I couldn't ask. I couldn't ask for anything better. Supportive community? Call it bold, but I'd rather us see away with even the artificial, um, in the I don't know if ironic's the right word, but the false. Oh, I hate you, haha. I'd rather just some genuine positivity in this community. That's a goal, at least. Who knows with the internet and how dangerous that teeters, how closely that teeters to parasocial behavior. Or even worse, the false positivity, like that fake stuff. I'd rather people mask. Oh, okay, now here's the actual one. We'll play it again. It's a great intro song. Bit loud though. We'll turn it down just a tiny bit. And it's crazy too, because I look I mean, I was reminded the other day about just how old I look compared to how old I actually am. I'm gonna sharpen my pencil a little bit while we chat here. Stream's about to start anyways. Sharpen, sharpen, sharpen. Anyways, hello everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's currently 7:30 p.m. Central Time. It's a Friday, 50% Friday, 21st of March. Almost finished with the March. Can't believe we're already basically a month away, a month and a half away from summer, which I am very happy to see. Sharpen my pencil just a little bit here. Probably should have done it under the light. I'm doing a pretty good job. Starting off with some panoramic feelings. I think a great starter for today's vibe. You're longer. I don't know, Cat. Cat really out here preying on my downfall like it wouldn't be on time. I'm assuming that was maybe either chat or cat. I don't know. But yeah, welcome everybody. I'm gonna finish up sharpening my pencil here. I did work on some other 50% today, and that's to say, ironically, compared to yesterday, which yesterday was quite a good productive day, today was very unproductive, um, and just rough. Today was a very rough day. So it's an understatement to say I've been looking forward to stream, and just to draw and relax with you guys. Gonna be a bit lower energy. I didn't get as much sleep as I wanted, and like I said, today's just been rough. So we're gonna have some calm music. OG Kavel hater. Colon 3. It's a bold choice. Personally, I wouldn't pride myself on hating my creators. My creators, my favorite. I mean, I wouldn't call Germa my creator, but you know. Oh, I got charcoal all over my finger, my band-aid. That sucks. Well, so yeah, we're gonna choose. Hey, what's up, Bear Mug? Oh, Bear Mug, you missed some good music. My art's on fire lately. I think I've hit my growth spurt. Good to hear. Yeah, ironically, Kat, we were talking to Bear Mug yesterday about the graph, the curve. We're gonna pick out some more music right here before. Next in queue is Andrew Prowlo, which we do love, but that's not totally the vibe. I think we're gonna do some Ichiko Aoba, I think. Aoba. If that's the vibe I'm thinking of. Let's see. Let's say play some of their music and determine if that's what we want to be playing tonight. But yeah, rough day, everybody. It happens every once in a while, and we ought to learn to live with those. Okay, let's give one of these songs a listen. I can't remember if this is the vibe I'm going for. We're giving it a quick listen, you know. What I've been thinking about doing is when we upgrade the stream, I'll keep the copyright-free music on YouTube so people can at least listen to something, or not. We'll see. Oh, Delano, I didn't even see your message. Thank you very much. Very kind. Alrighty. So, yeah, this is not the vibe, unfortunately. Hmm. And we will be having our special song at the very end of today. I'm stuck between two. We'll decide once we get there. Both are French songs. One is from my favorite band, La Femme. So yeah. And let's see. I had an idea for our music today, but and yeah, I'm turning this off. I apologize. um, that would be good. Just I feel like that's very DMCA-able. Like very, I'd be shot down quite fast there. Um, hmm. That's the thing. We've been through a lot of those as of recent, so I don't want to overdo it. Oh wait, okay, we're gonna listen to some more C418. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be listening to a different album though. We started Excursions last time, but I listened to one of their earlier albums today. So I think yeah, here we go. It's Deef or Dave, 2017. There's also one for 148, but that's not my favorite. There's also C14-1 from 2013, so we'll see. Let's play some Adif. Are we playing it? Oh, I forgot it's very quiet. Guys, you gotta be quiet. It's very quiet. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna put away the Discord because I get distracted quite easily. Let's head over here, everybody. So yeah, slower start to the stream. I do apologize. But it's just one of those days. Oh, jump scare timer. Let's get to it. So yeah, the whole reason today what kind of sucks is just as simple as not getting anything done. It was a time sink kind of day. A lot of my efforts were just in vain for a lot of homework and a lot of studying. And I have to be careful because days that I inevitably have like this, which are not, they're rare. I won't say they're not rare, but it's easy to want to reel back and to do a lot more than that's necessary. Also, I need to. Yeah, I did see that. It's a bit funny. I did miss someone's chat message the other day, which reminds me I need to set up. There we go. Okay. Okay, hopefully we're all updated here. Hang a toy over Kavel and he'll play for hours. Give me a nice album from one of my favorite creators and I'll get some. There we go. Look at that. I'll do anything for hours. Music. Oh my gosh, the amount of look at that fingerprints and stuff. Well, I guess it's really unavoidable at this point, huh? Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I'll take off the band-aid. I had it on all day, so it's probably good to have it off, but Cat Boy. What? Would you care to elaborate? Final Fantasy, I know nothing of Final Fantasy except for what my friends have lightly explained to me, which I know that I'm not gonna say. I know that there's a couch somewhere. That's all I know about Final Fantasy. All I know about is the couch, and I will not elaborate. If you can't tell, I'm using a very dead pencil. Or pen. Wow. Hey, cat, don't be mean. We welcome everybody. Let's make it a bit higher. I finished Free Run tonight. Watched the final episode just a bit ago. Very good series. The ending was nice and cute of that season. I can't wait to see what's next. All the characters are so enjoyable, except there's only two characters I don't really care for. It's the dude who Denkin, like the shop owner. And then Ubel's cool to an extent. And the clone dude's kind of just bleh, boring. I get they serve a purpose, and a pretty important purpose at that. I also do really appreciate the nuances of the magic system. Because, like, sure, it's like any other magic system, but I love the notion of the limit is creativity, or more so imagination. Hey, what's up, Jims? If you could be a magician, what would your signature trick be? He always disagrees with me. I can't have that. Oh no. Someone disagreed with me on the internet. Nah, I get it. My signature trick. I always thought like, oh my gosh. I always thought just making something disappear like right in front of you was just a S tier trick. So something like that, like no explanation, or a trick that you could do multiple times from any angle and no one will figure it out ever. So like, they'll be like, do it again, and then you could do it again, and it won't affect it, right? It's not a one-time pad kind of magic trick. It's a repeatable and secure. Oh yeah, how was everyone's day? I came in here with a sour mood yapping about mine, but I've not noticed that yet. Hope everyone's had a good Friday. The highlight of today was when I was cleaning up dinner. Uh, then there's I got lucky because the time change, moved everything by an hour. And the birds usually go eat dinner around 5:20ish. That's when like the most of them are at the bird feeder. And originally that's when I was preparing dinner, but now it's at 6:20. And the cardinal, there's this couple of cardinals, I've talked about them before. They usually eat at that time. So I got to see the male cardinal today. Very handsome. It's been May. I guess this was a May Friday. Such is life. I did do some 50% today on my own. Wasn't too happy with the outcome, but I think it set me up for what we're going to be doing today. And I think I learned something quite important. So I may post it. I inked the night construction I did the other day. So nothing too new or too special. The Dark Souls night, to be more specific. I need coffee that can't taste like coffee, cream and sugar. Heck yeah. I've only done cream. Sugar is a bit too much for me. Then again, I can't have caffeine anymore, so. I'm not sure if I talked about it on two streams ago, but I basically had my like last caffeine crash out. Crash out's a tough word to describe it, but like even with a simple black tea, which I haven't had in a while, my hands were shaky. I was super anxious. It was like a level of shakiness I hadn't seen in a long time. So I was like, oof, okay, too much caffeine. Oop, okay, well, let's hold our paper down a bit more firm. Weird. Also, half and half milk is kind of trash. I think that's what ruined it. Have you ever tried doing your warm-ups on the left hand? It's crazy how much embedded in the right hand, but can't remember the process. Yeah, I think one time we tried doing ellipses with my left hand on stream, and it did not go well. And plus, at that point, I really wouldn't call it a warm-up because, like, you know, if you told someone playing baseball to warm up but switch the hand they hold the bat, is it a warm-up? I mainly warm up just for mechanical purposes. Don't really need a brain warm up too often. I think once we approach figure drawing or the heavier stuff, we will. Like a warm up gesture. There's this dude on YouTube I watched today who was saying he's a person who didn't benefit too much from like the traditional academic approach to drawing, with like lesson structure and homework, and instead he recommended doing gestural drawings for an hour a day and 60 of them, 61-minute gestural drawings for I think 6 months or something of the sort. Don't take my word on that. And then for studies, he would take a morpho book and help and a medical website and help inform a gestural drawing that he did by placing anatomy upon it. It sounds cool. I'm not sure what it'd be like for people who are absolutely new to drawing, because the spatial awareness of placing those forms is important. I'm definitely not saying it can't be done. Yeah, because it's always one of the longer lines. Always gets me. And plus, we just have a very dead pen today, which I know is a bit of an excuse, but oh man, I had dinner tonight and I had a burrito, and I tried washing my beard twice, and it still smells like that burrito, and I'm so angry. My biggest like anger. It's only always the same restaurant too, so rarely happens at others. Cool, cool. I'd say that's a decent warm up for today. A bit. I feel like we're doing less for warm ups. We're not. We like have plenty of stuff on here. Cool, cool. So what we're gonna do now, guys, is the classic BRB. I'm actually gonna stay here. I usually like head out to go get water, do whatever, but I'm just gonna stay here and chat for a second while we set everything up. Move the lights around as this is a oh my goodness. This is a 50% day, so we need a change of lighting just a tiny bit. Some chill music. Not totally what I was expecting, but yeah. I wish there was a decaf. I'm switching up the album. This one's a bit too, I don't know. Let's play some 148. Not my favorite, but who am I to judge? It's still C418. It's wonderful music. We'll wait for this one to play out for a second. Yeah, I really do wish iced coffee just had a decaf. I wish everything had a decaf. Why do we put caffeine in so much stuff? It angers me so. Oh, my friend's inviting me to play web fishing. Unfortunately, that's not happening right now. Cool. Oh, song's almost over, so we'll switch it to this album. Semantic Sensation. Sensational. And actually, this is an interesting conundrum. We are almost finished with our first sketchbook. Not front and back. I'm not sure how many pages I want to do front and back, and some we need to finish. So that's like, yeah. But we will not be able to do the entirety of the promptathon in the same sketchbook. Many mistake made here, but also some pretty good drawings. Yeah, see, we have just pages whole, not front and back. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pages. So that is going to be interesting. I'm not totally feeling this 50% right now. Wasn't, I didn't get the vibes entirely. And I'm a bit worried because, oh, there's lyrics in this. We're going to turn you down just a little bit more so I don't get too distracted. Wait, why did I turn it down in OBS when I'm listening to it? There we go. Okay. But yeah, because today's going to be just like study oriented, which isn't really 50% at that point. Or I'm going to be observing how people have done things with brush pens, because I am forcing myself to use a brush pen. We ought to play with it. We ought to see what we can do with this. It is awfully scary though, and I'm not sure how much I should do with pencil. We'll see on that end. And also, I don't really know how to do grass foliage. So that's something we need to figure out as well. Now, most of this actually also is not brush pen. This is a lot more lyrics than I was expecting in a C418 album. And it's also just very loud. We'll play excursions. I know we did it last stream, but we'll do some excursions. There we go. Okay. We'll turn it up a little bit. We'll head over here. I always check my camera now because that one time where I popped over and the camera was not at all set up. Move the camera light around just a little bit so we don't have too much reflection. Oh, my beard smells like burrito. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Oh, I thought those birds were the birds outside. Then again, it's dark, so they're not going to be in. Okay. Well, without any further ado, guys, I think it's time we jump into this. Let's go. So, oh, we'll also pull up this. And we'll hide the timer. It is 50% Friday. We're not too strict on time here. So yeah, these rocks were done with pencil. So that sets us. Thoughts on almond milk? I drink almond milk every night. I like almond milk. I have the unsweet vanilla. I think it's solid. I haven't had it with coffee. I did it to replace milk because milk, I've heard, just not so good for your skin. And just among other things. And I'll already take like a vitamin or a calcium supplement. It's part of my daily supplement. So I'm gonna milk the almonds. This sounds like a 50% prompt. Okay. And while I am tempted to do this in pencil, it's brush pen gaming. So, oh geez, I'm gonna tilt that a tiny bit away from me. There we go. I'm gonna probably bump my head on this lamp, and it's gonna be very embarrassing. So I just need you guys to forgive me there. Yeah, I also don't know how I'm gonna do the face because brush pen strokes need to be very fine to reach that. So we'll figure it out. Um, I guess we can do it in pencil now and then figure out as we go. Of course, we're gonna have grass here. I would like it to open up around the feet, and I want him to be the center. We want this. So all the foliage we do in the back, we're gonna have to be very you soak, blend, and strain them. Nah, you milk them. Not like almonds. But what about milk form? I've never tried it. Milk form? I didn't know milk had form. Like cheese? So yeah, we're gonna have grass amongst here. Uh, Another rock. I'm just trying to figure out how we want to do this, especially with our brush pen, which I'm actually gonna pull out. I forgot where I put it to, so this is gonna be interesting. And there it is. Pencil pocket brush pen. Many great reviews on this. So almonds and milk form. Almond milk. I mean, it's a bit tasteless. I don't like the sweeter stuff at all. One of my roommates is lactose intolerant, so he drinks lactose free milk. It's super sweet as well. I'm just not a fan of it in general, but it's still pretty cool. I don't know where milk culture comes from, right? Because like, who decided? I know actually, it wasn't it like one of the World Wars where we were like, oh yeah, make everyone drink milk, so they have less disease and or like they just need more calcium, right? I'm trying to think of what we should focus on at this point. I think just yeah, texture, deciding how we want to do all these plants and stuff, not get lost in the sauce with the foliage. Um, this is a lesson. I do like this representation, but this is definitely not the job of a brush pen, or at least like it's a pretty tough brush pen job. Also, I found this picture today, but colored, and it was beautiful, very well done. So I would love to be able to replicate something like this, but those lines are just so confident, so nice. No chicken scratches. Oh yeah, one thing I learned from the night that I sketched today is even though I don't chicken scratch really much anymore, what I do um, is I'll do interior before exterior, and that will break the silhouette in a very gross way. So if we study something like this, most of those interior lines are pretty darn solid, right? Or exterior, sorry. Um, they rarely break noticeably, or at least the way I was doing it. This right here, I'd say, is quite light. I actually can get a bit visually lost right there, but that's just me, and I don't know anything, so. Skim milk, ugh. Just drink water, dude. Anyways, I was gonna say, I do like these planes, though. Reducing these larger leaves into planes. Or just like these very, stark planes. But what I want to do is I want to introduce grass amongst here. Kind of like we're seeing in this one, where it's just like, there's not much. So like I'll put some grass here. Inside I want less lines, so we'll put some more grass in there. So, and it's just these strokes outwards. They're not uniform. Only about 2 or 3 of them stay at the same place. Oh, that's why they were all in the same line. That's why it looked weird. So if I did just kind of like poking the page, I guess. And that's the best way I can do to describe this. Pickled milk? What the heck, cat? I also really like the grass here. It's still the same. Definitely a different style, I'd say. But I like how it really absorb, the ground kind of gets absorbed in it. It's like back here where there'll be more shadow. Or like maybe we can even kind of carve out a path for the night over here. There isn't really a discernible pattern. There's a lot of triangles in here I'm seeing. Mods. So like I'm seeing a lot of these shapes here. Just obviously very tiny, right? Cut in front of each other. So that could be worthwhile. And then there's a lot of this where they end, and then we have these larger strokes where it's brighter because, the shadow's being cast over there. So we can actually try some of those, just making some triangles in the grass. It looks awfully patchy. So, see, like, why does this look patchy? A lot of chicken places brine their chicken in pickle juice, from what I've heard. Or at least have some pickle element to it. Maybe if we do some... That kind of looks good. I don't know how we're going to do this with a brush pen, but we'll figure it out. Meals or sandwiches, same here. And cat will forever be a hater. Okay, we're putting in too much detail there, so I'm going to kind of calm down in that regard. Maybe this will end up being a pencil drawing, but now the lines aren't that close together for those lighter parts. But like here where it's going to be very dark and I'd probably want a nice stark contrast, we're going to be very close to it. We may move back, have some forward parts, right? And then right here it's going to get really light, but it's still underneath. Some individual larger lines, probably shorter. The original one looks a bit shorter. I'm just kind of experimenting. Pencil is nice because then we can make mistakes and get away with a lot of them. Any of you guys dip your pickles in milk? I, I can't believe I said that without initially cracking up. That's crazy. Okay, as for trees, I'm just trying to define like a. I do like this, but I think we're gonna stick with this one, this type of. We're gonna see, a lot of the under part of it right now, but there will be some parts. Where you can see the brighter sections of the tree. But like right here, it'll be quite dark, and this can actually. So like right here, it'll be darker down there. And they kind of like climb into these like little corners. I have no idea what I'm doing right now, but we're just kind of messing around. All pickles should live. Cat, are you distracting people from drawing with pickles again? There's a lot less lines being used in the actual thing. They feel a bit more coherent, I guess. So this is going to have like a stark, very noticeable break because this is in front. Oh, the Thanos snaps. Wow. Does that include all cucumbers? Or does that mean like if you brine a cucumber enough, or what is it, whatever it's called, put it in vinegar, it just instantly disappears? Gets dusted? This feels a bit too dense. There's definitely some hanging branches and stuff. If I try looking up anyone, if anyone drew with pickles, I've seen nothing yet. I think pickle related also if I take over. So excessive. For what purpose? Next song, please. It's not. God dang it, Dominoes, why do you do this? No lie. Trust me, Cat, I did not think you were one to lie about this. Kind of has like a branch going down. My beard is making me so upset right now. I think I'm just gonna shave it off. If I can't make it stop smelling like burrito. Let's just see if I have good enough brush control. The sentence would be death on sight, wow, Cat. Remind me to never live in one of your countries. Hey, good work on your Zoro drawing, by the way. What if Zoro liked pickles? He is pickle-colored hair. Let's try doing something with all these branches. Don't want a tangent line right there on accident. Wow. Speaking of One Piece, have you been watching any One Piece recently? Have you caught up on any newer stuff? Oof. Is this worth skipping? It's a 6 minute song that started like that. Okay, we'll listen to it. No, I'm not feeling the vibe. It's called Tingle. I'm not sure if I want a song called Tingle playing for 6 minutes. Call me picky. Okay, let's create some darker regions too. And what we can do in these darker regions, which I didn't really plan out well, and I do regret. I'm just gonna give it a light shading to all the areas that I would want darker. Like so. So now we can use these. We're gonna kind of cut into these regions with the brighter branches where the sun's actually hitting them. So that's gonna be brighter. This whole region's right here, so this is gonna be darker in here. It's gonna be darker in between. This I want to actually go out more, so this is actually gonna be darker right here. Could actually make this dark as well. This looks a bit splayed. This we're gonna go like that. You're in episode 32. Huge gems. Okay, everybody, watch out for spoilers. Be very careful. Well, welcome to the One Piece journey, gems. Hope you enjoy it. It's well worth it. It is on. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see that. It is on Zoro Delana's server. It's quite well done. It's gonna be a pain to erase all of this darker stuff, but this is more intense music than I thought it would be. Wait, what? Are you not in the Delano server? If so, we can fix that up quite fast. Especially given the fact that you're in crew 50. And turn down the music just a little bit too. I just realized how like loud it must be for you guys compared to me. Maybe this will stay as a pencil drawing. I don't know. I'm just kind of sketching around real quick. Hey, what's up, James? I was only a minute off this time, or like 30 seconds off. I hope I'm not too late. Hope you're doing well, James. Funky fresh music. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how your opinion of Sanji changes, Jims, as the episodes go by. It's a interesting character for sure. Okay. Oh man, no, my I like went up to rub my nose and now my like hands smell like pure graphite charcoal, which is actually good. I love the smell of it. Probably isn't good for me, but hey, I could easily see how I'm gonna regret all of these lines. Okay, huge. Oh, so did you watch the live action before you joined the One Piece anime? So that's kind of cool. What's Crew 50? Crew 50 is the little group that we talked about a while ago where we all decided, hey, we're gonna do some 50% every week, and if you don't do it, you get kicked out. And we decided to name it Crew 50. You once again are very much welcome to join, but we are cutthroat. There's no backsies if you forget to submit for a week or can't. It's like chemo. Is it chemo or chemo? Because chemo just sounds like, the medical procedure, which is a bit strange to say so lightly. I'm mixing plants right now because I just saw in the reference. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or bad. Kind of looks a bit goofy, but and dark spaces will start increasing as we get down here, right? But I don't want it to be completely dark because then, yeah. Okay, let's calm down on the violence, like totally, right? But I did invite everybody a couple of streams ago, and you're totally welcome to join. This kind of just looks like a pile of just pile of leaves. Nothing really specific. I'm not even sure at this point if I'm gonna go over things with a brush pen. We don't have like a coherent style going on here, which is a bit strange. Like if we're gonna go up here, we'd probably have a lot of the same kind of swirls and swooshes that I was doing, which I do like. Maybe leaving a lot more light here than I expected wouldn't be the end of the world either. There may be some leaves on the ground, I guess, as well. That'd be a thing we ought to think about, huh? Controlling fidelity, like detail here, will be very interesting. Yep, I think our pile of leaves are very hard to follow pile of leaves. We'll just stay that way for a bit. We'll see what comes of it. Very glad I sharpened my pencil this stream. Or beforehand, I guess I should say. I'm just gonna have like a hard edge right here. Which once again, brush pen will be interesting to do to say the least. Wow, this is music. I will learn Japanese just to ask Zoro's VA if he likes pickles. Why am I boiling? I know, right? This music is getting a bit far. We're gonna switch to slightly different album. There we go. Okay, that's just not the same. Wow. Cool. You done? There we go. This one is knowingly. Okay, not that one. Dude, you're not helping me out here, C418. The vibes are wrong tonight. There we go. I think a lesson was learned today. I'm just gonna sit and think about that for a second. Just gonna chill. Just really soak that one in. Oh, really? That's how it happens. You know what? Screw it. I don't care. I don't care. Stop me. What? Like this could stop me. In fact, I'm working better than ever now. Thankfully, I don't think anyone's here to see that, so let's go. Why am I still trying? That's the question. How do we amend this? Because we'll just use a normal pencil like a normal person. Let's see if I have, because I'm not resharpening anything. I have a pack of backup pencils. We have to just figure out which one is the H the HB or I like 2H. This actually has a 4H as well, but I don't think if I'm that bold. These are all the B's, so I assume these are all the H's. HB. Why did they put all the H? Oh my god, okay. We'll have to do it this way. 4H, no. 2, there we go. That is the broken off tip of this pencil, which we're just gonna keep right here. I'm just gonna sharpen it the normal way, not like a psycho. Yeah. Think a lesson was learned today. I don't like this. Like, how am I supposed to do this, right? It's so much less control. These are the conditions you guys have me working, huh? Oh, it's so much darker too. We sure this is 2H? It is. Okay. Don't feel like it. Thoughts on mechanical pencils? Probably pretty cool. I've never used one for drawing in this capacity. I'm definitely not liking it now. Or this is a mechanical pencil, so what am I saying? We're going to hand sharpen this real quick. Just because I'm not a huge enjoyer of the experience I have right now. Kind of a break, I guess. How much time are we at? 23 minutes. We're decent on time. I've always wanted to use one. I think the notion of having like a really long piece of lead is pretty cool. Um, Refillable is very nice. Maybe that should be my next investment. I've seen the ones where you can put the lead in. I've never bought one of those though. Maybe I should at this point. Not sure how expensive they are. You have that pencil? Huge. Yeah, I found these just at the store. I think it was one of the cheapest packs. And we're about to see if I like them. Wood carving stream, I know, right? That'd actually be very fun. Trash lead breaks too easily, and that one I've just kind of abused. My favorite, and kind of my only pencils that I've used the most of, are the oh my gosh, Winsor and Newton. Yeah, Winsor and Newton ones. They're pretty nice. But those are also the only ones I've ever used. So we'll experience some. I mean, they were quite expensive too for what they're. How many? So should we do a wood carving stream one day? I think that could be fun. I could imagine myself being an old little guy, little old man sitting in a rocking chair outside with his dog, making maybe a little horse out of wood. Nice tea next to me on a ranch. I know nothing about farms or being on farms, but I could just see that. And like, the neighborhood kids would go up to me like, "Old guy, tell us some stories," and I'll just lie. I'd straight up lie. I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm wanted in Bolivia. I did a heist in Germany. I stole an artwork." God, I'm just gonna lie so much when I'm older for fun. Like if I ever have grandchildren or something, not a single truth will be told to them. Oh yeah, also the whole spiel. Don't do this unless you have parent supervision or you know what you're doing. And then again, you probably don't because I'm awesome and you're not, and all that stuff. I'm just kidding. You guys are pretty awesome. Don't tell anybody though. This is what Friday streams are about, anyways. Just chilling. Soap cutting ASMR. Oh, that's good enough for what I want. I'm probably not going to sharpen it anymore at the tip either. I don't really need to do that. I can sharpen my own pencil, thanks. Okay, this will give us a bit of it easier. Oh, having such a long pencil now though is it's a bit of an interesting feeling, to say the least. This feels a bit softer than the Winsor and Newton ones. See, that's crazy soft. That's so much darker. Oof, yeah, wow. Maybe I need to go up to a 4P, jeez. Or 4H. I'm dual booting your computer with Linux. Why? I know why. You said you were working on the drawing program, correct? My friend set up his computer dual boot Linux, and it was interesting. He had a lot of issues. He would blue screen quite often. Now, there's no telling if he did it correctly or not, all that stuff, but I don't think I need to be the one to tell you. Be careful. Honestly, I mean, working inside of WSL rather than having an entire Linux, uh, the entirety of Linux running, that may be more optimal for your scenario. I'm not entirely sure. Then again, you are like working with things that may involve drivers, but at the same time, WSL is pretty powerful. So I'd recommend. I mean, it seems like you're already doing it, but I would recommend looking into just using WSL rather than. I'm assuming Ubuntu 24.02. Had to reinstall that today because I'm working on a password cracking assignment. And I guess my previous VM just decided to poop itself, so. Every time there's like a glitch or something on VirtualBox with Ubuntu, I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's fine. I don't care. It's just how like if there's a visual glitch, sure, let it be. Who am I to stop you? You know, live your life, little VirtualBox. Do what you see fit. It's also because of those things like I purposely get viruses on there, or just do shady stuff. So there's probably hundreds of viruses that I'm not caring about right there. Now, why is there so much shadow on that side? The sun's like coming in through here, right? So we're gonna have like really space between, and then they're gonna kind of fall off. Right there is just gonna completely decrease. You really disliked VMware? Give me a quick second. I want to Google a definition before I sound stupid. Guess what? I'll probably sound stupid. Yeah, VMware. But okay, yeah, VMware. My friend had. He uses it. My roommate. He uses it for, or used. He still uses it, I think, for one of his classes. And his professor told him just use VirtualBox. Sure, Oracle has it. Oracle owns it. Say what you will, but VMware, I've seen so many stupid things. It looks like just an overcomplicated, messier version of VirtualBox. Um, Now it depends on your use case, but for a person who like constantly spins up random VMs and just needs something fast and reliable, or barely reliable, but like reliable in the sense that it's gonna work. It may crash a lot, but it'll work. That's all I need, right? So yeah, I would not personally ever recommend that. Sorry. Ooh. And what we can kind of do here is follow the contours we previously had. I'm gonna have a harder edge right here between the rock and the tree because it is kind of having an unfortunate tangent line right there. Pencil is so much more forgiving because once I find lines like that where I don't like, you can just trim them up a bit. Teacher told us not to use VirtualBox. He's very picky. Ugh, you sound like the teacher my friend has. That's why I appreciate my cyber professor so much because he's like, I don't really care how you do it. Just get in there, you know. There's a billion different ways to do anything in computing. So long as you find out one of them and how to do it reliably. You can, show it to your employer. There's plenty of time in the real world to like spend time analyzing and researching and doing stuff you just can't learn in class anyways. Why spend so much sweat and tears at school doing something you'll eventually have to do anyways? So he's very real for that. Kind of wish I made the lines for the hair softer. As you can tell, I'm still really debating on if we're doing this in pencil or not, because I'm just kind of liking it right now. As is. Now is it messy and I kind of just blew this all up? Yeah. We're gonna play Valorant as a 5 stack with the bros. No need to brag. Have fun, Kavel. Have fun, Delano. Completely forgot Valorant existed, I'm not gonna lie. I never played it, but I've heard many a thing. I think my biggest exposure to that game is the if you get 3 kills all, and then it's like the thwomp sound effect or something. Or for every kill you get, it's just like a thwomp. Ooh. I don't want to make it too sparse, right? But at the same time, the Kavel chat takes no. My stack is trolling, sadly. I take plenty of L's. I suck at video games. Full stop. I don't think I'll ever be better at them again. Such is life. Check on something real quick. I'm torn. I don't really want to ink this. I mean, it's not perfect or anything, right? There's still much I'd rather change, but I'm just kind of happy with what's going on so far. Could have a bush out here. It's gonna get really dark on this side, so we're gonna have like all the open leaves over here. It's gonna get really dark on this side. Guess we're not doing a brush pen. I think I've just decided. It's fun. I like sketching around like this. It's kind of weird how the rock spontaneously ends here. Some rock studies would be fun. Not of like Dwayne the Rock, but since we're doing that, we can go a bit hard on the pencil. You had a dream that you took over Korea. Very interesting. North, south, all of it. Goofy music activated. Oof. Why'd I have to hide my favorite eraser all the way in the back of my box? It was wild. All of Korea, army and everything. Why Korea? What inspired you to do such a thing? Oh yeah, I need to tell you guys about the dream I had the other night. Did I tell you about my nightmare that I had? Or like, did I? I know I think I talked about just having a nightmare. But did I go into detail about it? Because like my nightmares, they give me I classify as nightmares really anything that gives me like an adrenaline rush. Um, because I don't think I've had like a scary like ooga booga um dream in a very long time. And I'm not really I don't hate I mean I'm not fond of them, but I don't hate them. Like I like the energy, I guess. I don't know. Um I'm gonna Conqueror Cat. What is it? Yeah, Cat was saying earlier if I had my own country, etc., etc. My nightmare was I can't remember how I got there, but I was in like there's an animator on YouTube called Labhirine. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, as I do most things. But as in one of their kind of worlds, it's this kind of just grungy, almost brutalist dystopia. It wasn't really the main core part of it. That's just what the outside looked like. Almost Edge Runner's final scene if it wasn't snowy. Or Edge Runner? No, 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 no. Oh my gosh, 20 whatever that movie is, 20 something something that the second movie. Anyways, um I was like in a 7-Eleven. It felt like a Gmod 7-Eleven. And I put my card in the card reader and it's like and I was about to walk out and the employee was like, "Oh wait, no, you got declined." And I looked in the thing, it was like, "You have $1. You've been hacked." And it was like ransomware. I was like, "Oh shoot, I've been hacked." And then I called my parents to be like, "Hey, someone like hacked into my credit card." And they're like, "Oh, that's bad. We'll figure it out. By the way, they just said on the news that we're launching nukes, or nukes are gonna maybe launch today." I'm like, "Oh shoot, that's bad." And the nukes dropped, and I woke up. That was the that was the dream. It's, just a little chaotic. Nukes are dropping. And like when the nukes dropped, like obviously I was like running, but like I wasn't. I'm not gonna say I wasn't scared, but I was just like, okay, let's find cover. Let's go. In fact, I don't think anyone in the rest of my dream were like particularly like, oh my god. They were just like, oh shoot, okay, let's get going. That's a good part to zone out to, I guess. This is quite fun. I actually, okay, I wasn't running in the streets. I was still in the 7-Eleven, but the 7-Eleven kind of turned into like an office space. Uh, but I immediately like sprinted for the bathroom, and there was like only one window in the bathroom, and then I woke up. Like that was kind of like everyone else was taking cover like under desks. Like I legit suddenly got transported to like an office inside the 7-Eleven, and I just sprinted for the bathroom. And I remember because there was like an alert on a phone of like the bombs going off, and like I was like, okay, I have time, and then like the flash happened. I was like, oh, I don't have time, and then yeah, you want to change the color of this? I don't want it to be like that anymore. Let's try some of this though. The worst nightmares I've ever had was getting a bad grade on a test or embarrassing myself in public. That makes sense. That's a very real one. I've had very few that like something's attacking me or chasing me. Most of my dreams that make me wake up in a sweat are like I think it was this semester or last. I had one where oh no, it was this semester and it was only a couple weeks ago. I woke up and I thought I had a class. This was exactly like 4 weeks ago when I had all my exams back to back and I dropped a class. So I thought I had like a hidden fifth class that I was taking, um, or sixth class, I think, some one of those numbers. I'm not doing the math right now, and uh, I was like, oh shoot, I didn't study in the exams in 3 days. And then like, the rationale part, like the anxiety preventing part of my brain was like, okay, 3 days, we can do this. And then I woke up and checked my phone, went to my school's portal and like checked my schedule just to make sure I didn't have an extra class because I still believed it when I woke up. Um, so yeah, that was tough. My worst dreams are when someone is usually trying to get me, like Germa. And the most frequent, I'm not gonna call these nightmares, but they do give me a weird sense of like adrenaline when I wake up. Like I'm just like, whoa. Uh, and it happens a lot during the school semester. I'm always in like a giant hotel or like a mega structure, and I'm looking for something every single time. Sometimes I don't know what I'm looking for, and I realize in the dream, I'm like, wait, what am I looking for? And then I wake up, or I know what I'm looking for, and then when I find, I can either find it or not find it. It doesn't really matter because I'll wake up anyways. Um, and the one I've talked about on stream, because I even drew it. It was my roommate was in my dream with me, and he was like, he like FNAF jump scared. We were looking for like this ghost lady who played like a banjo. And like as we were leaving the hotel, taking an elevator down from the roof, he saw her and like just jumped through the window like FNAF Foxy style. Goofy music for this. Oh, dang it. Bears keeping track. I had a scary dream about cats once. Ironic. See, this is some C14 music, you know? Mainly because it is C418, but oh shoot, we're out of time. Bah humbug. Let me keep doodling around. I have a lot of making a lot of extra marks though, so probably wash my hands and find something to fill up on this side of the drawing. It's still relatively pretty, I think. A lot of weird stuff happening. Like this grass is a lot smoother than this grass over here. So I need to start doing it with like the very edge of this. Or what I think is I can have these strands and then I can like shade in the rest. And then a strand every once in a while. Who knows? We're gonna leave it here. Because I am smearing a lot of stuff as well. Yep. Cool, cool. I like it. Oh, there's a weird negative space tangent happening right here. If I shade this in a little bit, maybe it'll help it. Nah. Because yeah, this just gap right here is a bit weird. Whatever. Nice, nice. Like the rats would kill people. Oh, rats, not cats. I misread that entirely. Cool. Oh wait, we forgot our. Okay, well, I don't really. I guess we're not gonna do our special song. Get out of here. What are you doing? We're not gonna do our special song today. We'll do it next stream. Because it's probably gonna be the end of lesson 5, maybe. So it'll be kind of a cool little stream to do it. So that being said, everybody, sorry for the lower energy tonight. It's just been one of those days. It happens. But I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna edit the VOD. I'm just gonna kind of relax tonight. Yeah. I can unsee the tangent now. Did it help? I'm not sure. I can still just like this negative shape right here is really throwing me off. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, thank you guys very much for joining me tonight. Thank you, Bearcat, Cheems, Delano. Was that ever Jims? Of course. I'm so sorry, Jims. I think that was everybody. So yeah, I don't really have much to add. We're going to be streaming hopefully every day. We'll hopefully finish up lesson 5 either tomorrow or the next day. And then I do want to break. I feel like I'm pushing a little bit much with the drawing and streaming, more so streaming, because, it's just a little bit more calories spent than drawing on its own, right? After 500 streams, Kavel is done. I think it's actually, I think it's 345, actually. So yeah. But yeah, sincerely, thank you all for joining me tonight. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now. Oh, I didn't mute myself. See you guys.